What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing? This is your boy Reg in the building. The album I'm about to review today is Mike Geronimo's second studio album, Vendetta, released in 1997 on TVT Records. I do have the album. I actually got like the promo copy of the album. Oh my fucking god! I actually got the promo copy of this album, but it don't come like the album cover and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. At least I got like both of his albums in my collection, so I'm grateful about that. You guys should know who Mike Geronimo is. I already talked about the Natural album. I think it was about a year and some change ago and stuff like that. Singles albums known for was Nothing Moved But the Money, and I want to say Vendetta was a single too. Alright, producers include. Hold on, wait a second. You got like Pete Rock, Havoc made some beats on here. You got K Dev, you got Monty Mall. You got fucking Prestige and Diddy did some shit right here. Um, yeah, they don't really have all the producers on Wikipedia and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna do my best to find out who produced what. Okay, so you got Havoc, like I said, Havoc, Lil Rob, of course, Irv Gotti, of course. Um, Juju, Juju, Tom, P and Tom. Yeah, fuck it. Alright, so after the release of what's the album, Natural, he was getting some shine and stuff like that. He's getting some shine and stuff like that. He was just getting ready to release, his second album, Vendetta. But around this time too, East Coast hip hop was really going through like a transitional period around this time. Most thanks to Puffy and the whole Bad Boy label, as they were trying to like have like the whole shiny suit era and whatnot. Polished productions and shit like that too. So you guys should know where I'm getting at. And so with this album, pretty much, it kind of went for that bad boy syndrome sound and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, you still had some of like the underground. You still had some underground joints, but like the album has had like a weird balance. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, what else about this album? Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. And Mike Geronimo basically pretty much, went for that whole shiny suit sound with this one and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Guest appearances include Puffy, Kelly Price, Monifa, Carl Thomas, Jay Z, Khadijah Bass, DMX, Ja Rule, LOX, and Tragedy Gaddafi. Alright, so 12 songs. You guys should know what I'm about to get into. Track number one, Nothing Moved But the Money. This song actually, believe it or not, is actually his most successful single and his only appearance on the Billboard Hot 100. Originally, the video was supposed to have been directed by Hype Williams, who Hype Williams was popular producing like a lot of dope videos around the time, even like a lot of bad boy esque videos and stuff like that. But it ended up being directed by Christopher Erskine, and this is like the first music video he directed and stuff like that, from what I've looked up. And he actually went on to direct the Johnson Family Vacation movie, with Cedric the Entertainer, Bow Wow. Pretty straight movie. But yeah, back to this song. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this song, Nothing Moved But the Money. I mean, this was not Mike Geronimo at all. Like the whole shiny suit era, like the whole bling blingish. I mean, it was not him at all, in my opinion. I just felt like it could have been a lot better, in my opinion. But track number two, Vendetta. Yeah, I'm again another song. I'm not really. It's just a okay song, but I'm not really too crazy about it and stuff like that. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say that song was produced by Havoc from Mobb Deep, if I'm not mistaken, and Yeah, the Havoc beat, it could have been a lot better too. Like, could have been a lot better. Like, I just felt like it was just pretty much, it was pretty much like a throwaway beat. But whatever it was, it's good. It's okay, but it's not as good. I mean, it's better than the first song, but that's not saying much. That's the best way to put it. All right, next track we got is Survival. Yeah, that song is pretty straight, pretty self-explanatory song. Oh, this was the one that was actually produced by Havoc. Um, yeah, Havoc. I felt like the beat by Havoc was good, but it could have been a little bit better in my opinion. You know, it's talking about surviving in the environment, surviving in the streets and shit like that. Um, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, man, that's the best way to put that shit. Then we got the track number 4, Life and Lessons, produced by Irv Gotti and Michael DeMont. Yeah, fucking dope track right here. Like I said, Irv Gotti around this time, this was not like the Murder Inc., the popular Murder Inc. Irv Gotti that people were used to and shit like that. This was like back when he was producing some really grimy ass shit, like some real grimy ass shit, pretty much. And that's just the best way to put it. Yeah, man, very dope track right here. Very dope track. All right, and then next track we got is fucking For the Family, man. Woo! For the Family, that's like my favorite song off this album. Man, like that beat, like dun 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 dun, like, and I want to say K Def, either K Def or Marley Marl produced this track right here. Produced this track right here, man. Very, very, very dope track. I love that beat. I love that fucking beat and shit like that. I love that Ahmad Jamal sample they flipped with it. Mike Geronimo definitely did his thing on this track right here. This is For the Family. For the Family and shit. So yeah, very dope track. Then we get into Street Life featuring Monifa. Yeah, man, another dope track right here. Surprisingly, I do like this track. Like despite like the bad boy shiny suit kind of beat, I felt like this track was very dope. You know, talking about that street shit, and stuff like that. Then we get into Be Like Mike, which I was not a fan of Be Like Mike, to be honest. I just felt like the song was pretty cheesy. Like, the chorus was annoying. The chorus was very annoying and stuff like that. Very annoying chorus. The fact that it's like everybody try to be like Mike, you know, just try to play on that R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly. You know what I'm saying? I was not really too fond of this song right here, but with each his own. Excuse me. Track number 8, Unstoppable. Yeah, that was a pretty solid song. You know, not one of my favorites. Not really one of my favorites off this project, but it's pretty solid. Then the next track was Single Life featuring Carl Thomas and Jay-Z. This song was okay. It was okay, but it was not, again, like, considering the fact that, you know, Mike and Jay-Z, you know, they did some dope work together on the Time to Build track from The Natural. You can tell, like, this was a very big contrast between those two and stuff like that. And I love Jay, and I like Carl Thomas. I feel like Carl Thomas is definitely an underrated R&B singer, in my opinion. I just felt like it could have been a lot better. Definitely could have been a lot better and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Definitely Single Life. Oh, and the song also uses a sample of that cameo track by the same that cameo track by the same name and stuff like that too. So yeah, I just thought that was pretty interesting and stuff. So track number 10, Things Ain't What They Used to Be. Again, another cool track right here. You know, just talking about, you know, cats growing up and just seeing what like the environment like became and shit like that. You know, just one of those reminiscent kind of tracks and stuff like that. This was produced by Prince Kassane and Royal Flush. To be exact. Very dope track right here. Track number 11, How You Been. Yeah, this track was actually written, dedicated to his mom's. This was produced by Buck Wild and stuff like that. Yeah, man, I definitely love this track right here. One of my favorites off this project. You can just feel the emotion with this one and stuff like that. And the last track is Usual Suspects, and that song features DMX, Ja Rule, LOX, and Tragedy Gaddafi. Oh man, very dope posse cut. Nice way to end off the album, in my opinion. Very nice way to end off the album and stuff like that. It's crazy because there's actually another version of this track, and that other version, it actually has Hussein Fatal. You know Hussein Fatal off the Outlaws fame and stuff like that. And he actually took place of Tragedy Gaddafi. He took place. He took Tragedy Gaddafi's place and stuff like that. And in my opinion, I felt like that happened because of the fact that, LOX was pretty much hooked with Bad Boy, and Hussein Fatal, of course, was the Outlaws, who was under Tupac on the Death Row. So I kind of felt like that version of the track was pretty much scrapped because of label politics. Who knows? But yeah, and that's all the track off this album. I feel like this album is not that. It's not that good, but I feel like the album gets a little bit overhated at times. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that, yeah, the album definitely has. It's a very big difference when it comes to comparing the natural to this one. It's like comparing night and day. But with this album, I felt like, this album definitely has that, a balance between the good and the bad songs and stuff like that. That you can't really fully hate this album, if that makes sense and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like this album definitely felt guilty of that. Like for every song, like with Nothing Moves with Money, you have a song called For the Family and stuff like that. Also, I just felt like with this album, it definitely speaks volumes, about what 97 hip hop was, especially for the East Coast and stuff like that too. So Mike Geronimo definitely tried to go with that flow and stuff like that, but it didn't really work out for him. And I hate to say it, but this album was kind of like the beginning of the end for him when it came to Mike Geronimo. And yet he did drop another album in 2003 called Long Road Back, but I've never really heard that album and stuff like that. So if you guys heard it, let me know how good it is and stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely feel like this album, I would recommend this album to all of my Mike Geronimo heads. But if you're expecting the natural part 2, you're gonna be very sadly disappointed. You're gonna be very disappointed and stuff like that. And it's a shame because Mike Geronimo definitely is a dope MC. He definitely is a dope MC. It's just that, it's just the fact that, he just needed a stronger push, pretty much, and shit like that. So, yeah, and Vendetta is out of print, so actually all of his albums are out of print, but they can't be too expensive. And right, so with that being said, this is Mike Geronimo with the Vendetta album, released in 1997, must have in your collection. And I hope everyone is having a very happy new year. I hope everyone had a safe holidays and stuff. Peace.